Hello guys, welcome back to Guardian Diaries. This is number 9. I am Raven Phoenix. For those of you who don't know me, some people call me a clairvoyant or a medium. I don't like none of those labels. I'm simply just a messenger, as y'all have heard me say over and over. That's just for the new people. And if you're new and you've never watched Guardian Diaries before, please go to video 1 and work your way down for a better understanding of what we are talking about. And thank you for taking your time to watch my videos. I'd like to say hi and happy Easter to my manager and promoter, Damon. Hope everything is happy, and for everybody else too that is watching. I like to say we are having some issues with YouTube. They are taking our number of views away. Why, I have not figured this out yet. I keep trying to contact people at YouTube, but I'm getting not too much help. Our numbers are getting up to 105 on some, 64 and more on other videos. And the next day, YouTube is putting the videos back at 3, 4, and 5 views. Why, I don't know. But I'm getting emails from people, and they're telling me they're watching the videos and how much they like the videos. So that's good enough for us. We're just going to keep on making the videos and hoping everybody learns something. I have had one of my older clients, Kimberly. She has given me permission to share this information. She is still having problems with dark forces in her life. She has battled them for many years. And what we are going to talk about is the dark forces plaguing your life. The more you get spiritually aware, the more you get a heightened awareness, the dark forces are going to come in and keep trying to knock you down. This is why we have, if you've noticed, really evolved people that we hear of that are famous, that are really spiritually aware. Some of them go crazy, things like that. Well, these dark forces are usually around people whose awareness is waking up, whose spirituality is getting stronger. Their belief systems are taking root. Kimberly is having the issues of seeing scary things in her mind, feeling like something's trying to attack her, feeling that she can't be alone. When she's alone, she's scared to be alone. And the more closer to God she is getting, the worse these forces are being. Like I've told everybody, when things like this start happening, call on your angels, call on God, whatever God you believe in. Salt is good to keep in your house. Mustard seeds are really good because they say mustard seeds is the first seed of God. So these mustard seeds, I have used them, and I have taught many people to use them. Now I'm going to teach you to use them. The mustard seeds are really good, and they're really powerful, and they really do work. Mustard seeds will let you know who is evil in your house, your friends, your family, people that come over to visit. Put these mustard seeds in your house. Put them under your couches. Put them under your rugs. Put them in the windowsills of your house where they're not going to get vacuumed up or swept away. And watch people, when they come in your house, they will become uncomfortable. They will become irritated, agitated. They will find excuses to leave. Some people will not come in the house. They'll stand outside to talk to you. These are all signs of people that is not good for you and should not be around you. So there is ways that we can find this out before we let these people into our lives and they just try to destroy us. But there is dark forces out there that will make you think you're going crazy. They will manipulate you. They will drive you crazy. But keeping the salt and the mustard seeds in your house kind of combats these dark forces to where your home can be a safe zone. So for those of you that don't believe it, just try it and give it I say a week, and test the theory. It does work. We need all the help we can get combating dark forces. Okay, if anybody else out there is having these issues, some doctors might tell you you're schizophrenic. Some doctors might tell you you're bipolar. Um, but it can be dark forces interfering in your spirit, in your mind, in your life. I'm not saying that's what it is in every case. I'm not saying do not take your medications. Keep taking your medications because it's not the same in everybody's life. So we're not saying that. What we're saying is the more closer to God you get, the more aware you get of the different forces in this world, you're going to come in contact with darker forces trying to push you back, trying to get you to stay where you were before you started growing. This falls under the category of people knowing, people that are troublemakers, not nice people. They seem to have everything. They seem to have no problems with money. They seem to have a nice house. They seem to have a very nice life with no turbulence. This is because they are already dark. If you pay attention to people the TV, just in general, and you know who is a good person and who is a bad person. You will see the good people having more turbulence, more trouble in their lives. It's because the dark forces are trying to turn them dark as well. And I have a question from Kimberly's mom, Susanna. Hi, Susanna. I know you're watching with Kimberly. And her question is, how do you know when a dark force is in a person you love? Well, sometimes they do appear in people you love for your test. Sometimes they use them to try to break you, to make your light go darker. You usually know by their controlling, manipulating, mentally abusive to you. They're make you feel stupid, make you feel unworthy. They break your self-esteem down. These are all signs that this is a dark spirit. And for those people who are new and that has never watched Guardian Diaries before, when we say black, white, and gray spirits, we are not talking about the human body. We are not talking about skin color. We are talking about the spirit that resides inside the human shell. I always like to clarify that because I don't like anybody to get confused on that, because I myself, I don't class people by race or skin color or religion. Everybody is family here. We are a spirit family. And the more I say this, the more I'm hoping the message gets out and a lot of the hatreds and the prejudices will slow down, because there's no need for it. We are all a family. But for the new people, I just don't want them to get confused. But what we are talking about is these details how a person acts towards you, if you love them or not. If they are belittling you, making you feel unworthy, making you feel stupid all the time, if they are trying to have a hold on you, a control on you, it's time to walk away and cut the cord between them and you. And it's very easy to cut cords between you and other people, because remember, we have talked about um, everybody is linked. The world is basically a spider web of energy. Um, it's a very cute way, but it does work. I learned it from, I think it was John Edwards' book, and it really does work. I love John Edwards. I try to read everything he puts out. Envision a cord going from you to the person. Take a pair of scissors and cut that cord. And this literally stops the energy field from your energy field to their energy field, and you will feel better, and they will have no more control over you. A dark force spirit, if it's an actual spirit or if it's in a person, the first thing they do is attack your self-esteem, your self-worth. Second thing they do is start playing mind games with you, making you doubt yourself, making you second guess everything, making you feel like you're not capable of making your own decisions, making you feel like you must depend on them. This is what a lot of abusive partners do in order to maintain control. And it's very damaging to the white spirit. It's very emotionally damaging, and it chips away at your spirit. So to combat these things, all you have to do is start talking to your angels, to your guardians. Ask them to dissolve this relationship, and you will start watching things fall away. And they will move them out of your life if you really want them moved. Now, I do know some white spirits who cling to the dark spirits. I know a lot of women that are in abusive relationships, and they are so brainwashed and have no self-esteem, they think they cannot go on without their partner. This is a dark force spirit. This is exactly what they want to do, because the dark force will devour the white force, the good spirit in the relationship. So we need to be mindful of that. We need to evaluate ourselves. We need to look inward. As we're always saying, we need to take stock of what kind of person are you really, not the person that the dark spirit's trying to get you to believe you are. You need to evaluate yourself. And when you realize that you're not that bad of a person, they lose hold on you. And Julia is very, very outspoken about this. She does not like this. She likes to try to reach people, but she says most people don't have the ability to hear her. Or all of them, most people don't want to. So that's the reason why we're doing these videos. But the dark forces is what Julia is trying to get the message out about. They will plague your mind. They will plague your spirit. And it's very simple. Only thing you have to do is call on your angels, call on your guardians, call on whatever God you believe in, and believe that they are going to help you. Because our belief system is what gives us power in order to change things in our lives. Some of the religions are fear-based religions. Julia in the Guardians and the other side does not like this, because the simple fact is spirituality and religion should not be fear-based. They should be open and loving and serene, to where people are not scared to come forth. They're not scared to share what they know. There are so many people like me out here, but some of them are too scared to come forth, too scared to share what they know, too scared that they'll be ridiculed by everybody. But there comes a time where you have to stop worrying about being ridiculed by everybody and speak what you know. And that is what I am doing. I don't no longer worry about what people think, because I know that I am doing the greater good. And I want other people that have the same abilities to come forth. Start sharing your knowing. Start telling people. Start helping people. Because we have to start lighting lights in this world to make it a better place. And when I say lights, I mean people's spirits. Spirits, some people's spirits are so dim you can't tell where the spirit starts and the body ends, because they're dim. And this is not a good thing. So this is what Julia is trying to say today. She's talking so fast, I'm just kind of winging it here. I'm sorry if I'm not clear. But Julia is wanting people to start taking notes, taking light of what's around them. She's saying within the next few years, we are going to start seeing some really bad things coming. She says the guardians and the angels and the forces are gathering now. They are coming. She wants everybody to start connecting with their guardians, start connecting with their higher power, start connecting to God, because that might be one of the only things that save us. The more belief you have, the stronger you are, the better connection you have, the better help you receive. We need to stop dropping the perception of only things that are real is what we can see, hear, taste, and feel by our hands. These are not the only things that are real. There is many levels to this world. There is many forces to this world. And these forces is what we need to start seeing. We need to start paying attention to in order to give ourselves a better life, a better peacefulness within ourselves. We live in a very, very, very detrimental, turbulent world. And the turbulence and the darkness is trying to grow rapidly right now. Even though we're having a spiritual burst of energy going on, this also means there is a burst of the dark side coming stronger as well. The Bibles and other religions talk about there's wars, that spiritual wars that we can't see. Well, everybody, we're in the middle of those spiritual wars. Every person. You can feel it within your body. I know I do. You can feel it within your being. Some days you feel like you're being pulled this way, pulled that way, pulled this way, pulled that way, and you got no idea why. You have no clue what's going on. Your day is fine, but you got that sick feeling in your stomach and you don't know if you're coming or going. These are the forces that you are experiencing. It's the war. And You were always, and we are always under siege in a sense of trying to be manipulated, trying to get you to pick one side or the other, the good or the bad. And the good and the bad is only good and bad by each person's perception. So it's really an individual thing. You can't say, well, what's bad to me is bad to you, because what's bad to me might be right for you and good for you. So we need to stop going with the ideas of what's good and bad, the ideas of um, there's nothing else but us, there's nothing else but what we can see and feel. Because there is. It's time to take your blinders off, people. It is time to stop being brainwashed. It's time to ask the questions why. It's time to open your eyes and start seeing what is really going on. And Julia is urging people to, no matter who you are, no matter what your belief system is, start connecting with your own inner spirit and start connecting with your guardians, with your angels. As we have been taught, we have no power. That is what most religions nowadays want you to think. This is not true. Every person has their own power. Every person can make changes within themselves and within their lives. We shouldn't put our faith in somebody else's hand when we can do the same thing. We shouldn't think we have to go to a building to pray in order to have our prayers answered. The truth is, the world is our church. Have you ever looked at a tree and really looked at it? It is pure artwork. You're in church all the time. You're in your presence of God all the time. You can pray anywhere. You can receive help anywhere by just asking. The world is not a 1, 2, 3, 4 format. This is what we have been taught. It is time to start thinking about what we've been taught about the world. It is time to start investigating things ourselves, because most of what we have been taught is not true. And so this is the message that Julia is wanting to get out to everybody. She is wanting people to start connecting, start opening their minds, stop being so narrow-minded, to start widening their perception of life and in spirituality, in the ideas that we're not alone. We're never alone. It's the dark forces that create that loneliness within each person. Some people are so lonely and they feel like there's nobody here for them. You are never alone. Your guardians and your angels are never away from you. Start talking to them, and you might be surprised. You might hear them speak back to you. Well, this is going to conclude Guardian Diaries 9. I hope you've learned something. Keep sending in the emails to me. I love reading them. I am at ravenphoenix46 at yahoo.com, and I am at ravenphonix at gmail.com. And thank you for subscribing to the channel, and thank you for taking your time to watch everything, and thank you for sharing your thoughts with me. And have a great Easter. Bye, everybody.